Hey guys, I recorded maybe about 5 minutes of this video already and had to completely restart because of 2 freaking flies that was just so in love with my ass, or specifically my face, that I couldn't do the video. And that's why I've got my Doom with me, because low-key smells a bit like someone was killing things in here. But I got them. I eventually got them. I think they did. Because they pretty much, you know that they're dying when they fly in and like into things and start going nuts. Yeah. Not my problem, pal. Y'all wanted to fly in my face first. I just wanted to say Happy New Year. Hope you guys have enjoyed your Christmas. I'm pre-recording this in 2023 because I will have a gastroenterologist appointment to find out about, well, we're supposed to be doing the capsule endoscopy that time, early in January, about the 9th. So, in preparation for that, I will most likely be very busy, especially during New Year's time. I won't be able to post a video, so I thought I'd catch you up on a couple of things that has happened now. There'll probably be more to come because there's still my mother's wedding coming up, there's still Christmas coming up, then, I don't know, personally, I never really have been one for New Year's. I don't know. Just not to get like sentimental or anything, but I never used to really have a big thing about New Year's. I've always thought like, oh, okay, it's a New Year, big deal. And when this could easily be about, well, if I'm posting this in 2024, it's probably like 3 or 4 years ago now, I don't know. When I was dating my ex, well, before we started dating, best believe he was the one that chased me to be with him. This is now like, no one asked, but I don't care. I say anything. If you're new to my channel, whatever's on my mind, I talk about it, and I have a lot to talk about. I have a lot to talk about, including these lovely things and the injury on my foot and my piercings. I have so many things to talk about. Anyways, I have so many things to talk about. And yeah, he pursued me for like, I think about a month or something, and this was now 2 years after we split up. And I just remember I had planned to sleep through New Year's because I had a particularly crappy year that time, and I wasn't exactly excited for New Year's, so I was planning to sleep through it. Long story short, he kept me up and was on a call with me, and I just remember hearing everyone in my street starting to shout Happy New Year, and I just thought, wow, really? And you'd think, oh, but you know, it's worth it, you guys ended up together. Nope, dumped his ass, threw away 3 years of, wow, 3 years. To be honest, it was the longest relationship I've ever had, but it was also the most exhausting relationship I've ever had. I used to say that, look, there's no like beef or anything. Like seriously, there's no beef or anything. I'm a person that it's like, you probably would have to pull a John Wick movie and kill my dog, like have beef with you. But it's because it's really not that deep. Life goes on, people catch on nonsense, and some people are meant to be a blessing in your life, some people are meant to be a lesson, and life goes the hell on. To make a long story short, that it's not even about like the video. Dated this guy for about 3 years. I dealt with a horrific family who are so self-involved that they kind of became miserable about it. And look, if you're watching and you're offended, I'm not sorry, because the way you guys treated me and my family, I'm not sorry. If anyone is watching this video and they wonder like, oh gosh, how can she say that? Like, dude, I couldn't put my head on my ex's shoulder because that was seen as too affectionate. Like,
be careful. If you put your head on his shoulders, you're gonna get pregnant.
anyway, that's just the beginning. I'm probably gonna do a video about all the crazy things that I've experienced in the last 3 years. It's gonna be funny as hell. Dated for about 3 years, thought it was the love of my life, went through absolute hell, and it was all for nothing. And I ended it because, you know, girls, you know when you have that gut feeling, and y'all will know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know, that gut feeling. And I had it for months. I had like this feeling like something is not. I know people would go, the math isn't mathing. I wouldn't go. I don't know if people are still saying that now. Something felt off. I didn't know what was the problem. And there was recently a death in the family. I had supported him throughout all of that. And then they were on vacation for a month. And then I think I saw him about once before we left for 6 months on a exchange student.
Scholarship. You get what I'm saying?
So 5 months after breaking up with this guy, I have to find out from a friend of a friend. Well, not really a friend of a friend because it was his friends, but his friend's ex. Yeah. I had to find out from there that this guy not only cheated on me overseas, but like had the nerve to hide it from me. That was my intuition telling me shit doesn't this shit doesn't add up. He just like kept gaslighting me, telling me like, oh, you know, you're crazy, you're just imagining. So I would always ask him because there was like crappy connection that side. So one of the things that bothered me most, which he got upset about me because I blocked him, I cut him off as soon as I found out he cheated. Not only the cheating though, the lying, the gaslighting, and the manipulating, that kind of puts a person off like completely. And one of my biggest things, which used to be one of his biggest things, was that if the person we were dating cheated on us, it would be done. Not negotiable, nothing. And I stand firm on that if I'm dating someone and I find out that they have been disloyal, dishonest, all of these things, and they had been keeping it behind my back, why would I want to be with that person? Like, I get it. Yes, Ross and Rachel ended up together in the end, but no, sweetie, this isn't Friends. Hell no. Just quickly, while I'm now getting off track, I recently got a septum piercing. She's not even a month old yet, and I got a nose piercing again. Not even a month old. I got my septum pierced at Folk Tattoo and Piercing in Stellenbosch. They are amazing, by the way. So friendly. Literally the friendliest people I've ever met in my life. And they're so funny. They make you feel comfortable. They ask you like, are you okay with this or that? Like, they would let me know everything that they were doing. I made sure that I let them know I wanted my eyes closed. Because with a septum, they put a needle through. So it's like a long ass needle that just goes into your nose. And it's a whole thing. So I'm a person that, I mean, if you have watched all my health videos, I am no stranger to needles. So after having 4 needles go into skin tissue, I'm pretty sure I could handle a septum piercing. And after what I had experienced in hospital, I didn't even feel the needle go through my nose. Like, honest to God, I did not feel it. I just remember I like peeked out a little bit and choing, I saw it go in. I was like, oh. And they put, but it was I think I'll show a picture because it's like easier to pierce with, easier to clean and whatnot. And I had my nose pierced, I think probably 2 days before that at Mimikyu, which is a store you get in several places, but the one I went to was like at Pato Center. I mean, I've had my nose pierced like 3 times now, so wasn't a big thing for me. But with that one, they had pierced it with almost like a cartilage piercing, so it had a bigger back, so it hurt like crap to shoot in. That hurt more to be shot in than my septum piercing did. I had them change my nose piercing. When I told them I had it in for a month, sorry guys if you're watching, I lied. I had it probably 2 days before getting my septum, and I think I probably have my septum in for not even a month yet. I went and I had a specific inspiration, like inspo photo that I wanted to look like. So yeah, so it ended up like that. I changed the septum myself as soon as I got home. As soon as I got home, because I know my body and I have so much experience with piercings over the years, especially with aftercare, like cleaning piercings and things like that. So mine were already healing. Like the nose piercing, it's not even been a month yet. She's healed. She's healed, honey. And septum piercing, it's not painful. I know the first few days it was like quite like you wouldn't want to move it around or do anything like that, but now it's like you're there. Oh, and these earrings, they're so cute. My mother got for me. It's like a sun, or a star, I don't know, something about the stars and the moon. I got those piercings and all of that, and yeah, 5 months after ending things with my ex, I found out that he cheated on me and practically blames me for it. Why would you blame someone else for something you did? Because it's funny, if I think about it now, we were having really bad fights, and this was all because he was overseas and we had not seen each other for about almost 5 months, 4 months at that point, I don't know. One of the things that really bothered me wasn't exactly, I know that he was, I know this is like TMI, but if you know me, if something's on my mind, I'm gonna talk about it. I just remember if we were having, like, you know, those very important conversations that, like, because you have an issue that you're talking about and you're trying to like fix it, we would be having those conversations and he would leave, like, how can I explain? He had like a router for data, and it's those built-in ones, so maybe it wasn't a built-in one. Maybe everything this guy told me was a lie. Maybe it was a portable one, he just chose not to. Yeah, maybe he just chose not to put his phone on when he left. I don't know. God knows with this guy at this point. I don't even know who I dated, so craziest thing, dating someone for 3 years and then you find out that you have absolutely no idea who they were. Quick side note, if you see this gap over here, like this one, my teeth are finally almost done moving to the left. We just have about 4 or 5 teeth now that we're gonna move. So I'm actually gonna leave for my orthodontist appointment in a few 1 or 2 hours. I will be posting this video in 2024. I'm not sure if I said it yet because I've been talking so much, but Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys had a great 2023. I know I did not, so 2023 is like, bye bitch, we do not want to miss you, we shall not miss you. We learned a lot, but yeah, we don't miss nothing, honey. So I mean, I'm saying it now and it's still 2023, but it's like, geez bitch, just leave, like, go. We would be having very important conversations, and that would be the times when he would choose to go offline, which is already giving sus already. And then when we ever had video calls, he wouldn't be paying attention to me in the video call. He would video call me like, yeah, okay, I see your face, but he would be scrolling on his phone, answering his messages. His friends would walk in and out of his room and he would have conversations with them and completely cut me off mid-conversation every single time. So it was like, okay. It's been the craziest few days because it's been the craziest few days. I can laugh about it because when I found out that he had cheated on me, I was already over the relationship. I was working so hard to move on, especially after hospital. That was my main thing. I still am struggling with PTSD after hospital. It's not as bad as it was, thank God, because there were days where I just felt like a zombie. I would be so drugged, I just felt like a zombie. I wouldn't want to do anything, talk to anyone. I would literally just sit and stare at the wall. So it was bad. But yeah, so I had already moved on. When I had ended things with him, I remember that first 2 months, I'd been like, did I make the right decision? Was this the right choice? And I kept questioning myself, and he kept like ignoring my messages, not wanting to talk to me, and I thought to myself, okay, things are even more sus now. Even more sus now. So I was like, something doesn't feel right here. So 5 months down the line, like, I hope the best for him and his family, that whatever they want to do in life, that they achieve it. Good for them. Like, love that for you. But I personally want absolutely nothing to do with him. Life goes on, babe. I'm not in the mood for fake people, toxic people. I don't have energy for people who can cheat and lie and put on a facade and pretend to be this good person when in fact they're like the devil in disguise. Like, nah, ain't got time for that. So I just remember it happened within like 3 days. The day that I found out that he cheated on me, I found out from his best friend's ex-girlfriend. Keep in mind, when I met his best friend, this is now within the 3 years of dating my ex. When I met his best friend, he was dating another girl, and they'd been dating for about 4 years, if I'm not mistaken, and we became instant friends. Like, I absolutely love that girl. She is so funny, and she has the best hair. It's not fair. she has such soft hair and it's so straight, it's not fair. Anyways, because this becomes a bomb, so yeah. I just remember then a week after meeting them, they had split up, and then not too long after that he started seeing my new friend that he had been dating for about 2 years, and they like got a pop and all that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna go into their things because that's their story to tell, that's their personal things. But the day that I found out from my ex's best friend's ex was when she also found proof that her ex was also cheating on her. And that, okay, it's kind of complicated. The best friend cheated on the ex with his ex, and he cheated on the previous ex with the current ex, and then he cheated on them with other people. It's very confusing. So all of this was happening like at 8 in the freaking morning, and I was, maybe I'll show screenshots. But this guy was like denying it left and right, saying no, he did not cheat on me, no, he did not. And until his best friend's ex showed me a screenshot, which kind of gave me an insight into like, yeah, you did, dude. Ever since then, like, this dude did a full 180 and he was somebody else. Like, oh, he doesn't want to talk to me, he doesn't want to call me. And I just thought, whoa, okay, interesting. So I found that so funny. And the day after that, they were talking more about it. My friends, they were talking more about it, and they were telling me that they had known for months that he cheated, because the night that he cheated, he video called them. Now explain something to me. If he didn't have data when he left his room to message me, how did he video call his friends? I'm telling you, this is giving sus. I know this is not the point of the video, but it's so funny. It's so funny. People keep telling me like, oh, they're so sorry for me, I must probably be so broken, and it's like, dude, compared to what my ex did to me years before, this is like a freaking cakewalk. This is nothing, darling. This is like meh compared to what I had experienced before, and that was a shorter relationship. Like, what I experienced in a year with someone else was way more traumatic than what I experienced in those 3 years finding out how they like cheating on me and all that stuff. Like, okay, I'm supposed to be broken. So yes, once I got the proof, once I found out like, okay, this is who you are, and I always believe when people show you who they are, believe them. And geez, like, love is really blind. You really ignore a lot of freaking red flags. And I did videos about red flags, and probably a lot of them were part of our own relationship for the past 3 years. But you know, when you're in love, you're so blind, you're colorblind too. Anyways, getting to the point of the video. The reason I have these lovelies on my hands are because I decided that I was going to catch on shit. Because I have been wanting to do like kickboxing or something to take out like my aggression or my anger, because My PTSD symptoms include a lot of aggression and a lot of anger issues that have been just laying there, just chilling. And I needed to do something. I needed to do something to get it out. Kind of helped when I was knocking all the hard ice out of the fridge. Kind of. But not really. And I'd already been up and down the entire day. So the adrenaline rush kind of got me. Because then I headed to the bathroom. And our bathroom is currently like in renovation stage, where they took the bath out. I cleaned up all the sand. There was so much damn sand under that bath, which is not supposed to be there, and that's why the bath cracked. And there's a lot of things that has been happening with that, where we discovered a lot of crap happening in like the way they put the stuff in the house. So if I had the hammer that they were talking about, I probably would have beaten out all of the brick that's around, but we didn't have the hammer. So what did I decide to do? I decided to knock off all the tiles. Mind you, I knocked those freaking tiles and I had a blast. But I was stupid. I was wearing pumps. Where would you find a construction worker that's wearing pumps? So open-toed shoes, and by open-toed I mean like open-toed freaking shoes. I was starting with the first few tiles. One of the tiles cut a piece of my left foot, but it wasn't that big, so I was just like, whatever. Kept hitting the tiles, knocking it with a chisel and a hammer to get the damn tiles off. Then, by the way, if my nails look like a joke, bear with me. I went through hell today. So then, after a few tiles, then another one cut my right foot, but it cut it so much that it was bleeding. So I had to take a pause, wipe it, clean it, and put a plaster on. Then I put on my tackies and went back and continued. Then I realized, you know what? I'm supposed to protect my eyes. So I put on my sunglasses because they are quite huge, but I love them. Eyes were protected, feet were protected, legs were protected. But I wasn't wearing gloves. I did not know you're supposed to wear gloves. Had I asked, I would have known, but I didn't care and I didn't want to ask, so I didn't know. And with the intensity of how hard I was hitting the chisel with a hammer, this hand's skin just peeled right off, which was fascinating. And burns like shit. So I had to go to my first aid kit again, clean it, put a plaster on, whatever. Let's go back to doing our thing. And eventually I knock almost the entire section out, and then I keep telling myself, don't focus on the damn tile, focus on the chisel. Because it's no use, I look at the tile and I'm gonna hit my own freaking hand.
She looked at the freaking tile and hit her freaking hand.
But yeah, no, it's like, what's funny is, this burns, it's like, This bled, it's like, My foot bled, it's like, And then I discovered when I was showing the pictures to my mother that I had an ingrown nail on my right foot that was cut. I had an ingrown nail that was also causing the skin to like overlap a little bit, and the underneath was very soft, and it was causing all kinds of things to come out or whatever. So I also had to perform surgery on my toe. So it's been a day. It's been a very busy day. And it's a lovely way to start 2024 by saying exactly why I'm not gonna miss 2023. I will not miss 2023. 2023 was a bitch and not in the fun kind. Like, we're done with you, darling. So yeah, that's the crazy things that has been going on, and you just learn so much. I'm excited. I don't know if I'm excited for the wedding, because the stress that has been around this wedding the past year has been a lot. It's so damn stressful. I don't know. After long-term relationships of guys basically showing me like, hey, I can be a great guy, and then boom, your worst nightmare. Yeah, not exactly a motivation for you to date again, you know what I'm saying? So as far as I'm concerned, single, not looking. No thank you. I've learned enough, I've been freaked out enough, and yeah, I'm just all about me right now. And they were like, oh, but you're gonna meet the right guy, and I'm just like, no thank you, no. Right now is about me, because I tend to put my all into the other person in my relationships, and it had become like, what's the best way to say this? It's like you put the other person in the center, so much so you don't take care of yourself, and then when you start to break out of that and you start going like, hey, this doesn't make sense, like I'm giving 200%, you're giving 0, doesn't make sense, and you start putting yourself first, and then the other person can't handle the fact like, oh, she's now actually, you know, saying, this is not okay, I'm not okay with this, I'm not okay being in this environment. As soon as you start to see that the person you're dating has a problem with you, when you start putting your health first, well, just run away, darling. In the 3 years that I dated him, I probably had been hospitalized over 5 times and had so many close calls. He had not been there once, so yeah, I think I've had more than enough drama the last 3, or actually the last 5 damn years, or 6. Let's make it a decade. The last 10 years I've had enough. So yeah, that's that. Got new piercings, got new earrings, we've got a wedding coming up, we've got Christmas coming up, we've got New Year's coming up that I want to sleep through. But if they're gonna have pizza like they did for New Year's this year, then I'm not sleeping through it. I need the pizza. So yeah, this will be a fun video to put for the beginning of 2024 as I look back to how I want nothing to do with 2023 anymore. 2023 I'm done with. Actually, to be honest, 2020 till 2023 can go screw itself for as far as I'm concerned. So Happy New Year, guys. Don't worry, by the time this video comes out, all of these bruises will be healed, and I don't know, I'll probably have different earrings or more piercings or tattoos by then, who knows. But I've been considering an eyebrow piercing, but I don't know. there's a lot that's gonna happen. We're gonna be trying out eyelash extensions. We're gonna be trying out a lot of things. So, yeah, stay tuned, guys. We'll see how that goes.